What would you do if every TV channel suddenly cut to an emergency broadcast telling you one thing? Do not look outside your windows? Because that's exactly what happened in northern Alaska during the worst snowstorm of 2021. And the people who ignored that warning, some of them were never seen again. It started like any other winter night in a small town just outside Anchorage. The wind was brutal, howling like it was trying to rip the roofs off houses. Snow pounded the streets so hard it erased tire tracks within minutes. Temperatures dropped below -20. Most families were inside, wrapped in blankets, watching TV while the storm warnings rolled across the bottom of the screen. At exactly 11:47 p.m., every channel went black. Then came the static. Not normal static. This was loud, distorted, almost vibrating through the walls. After about 10 seconds, a red screen appeared with bold white letters. Emergency alert system, but something was off. There was no official seal, no government voice, just a low, distorted tone humming in the background. Then a robotic voice spoke. "This is not a test. For your safety, remain in seat. Lock all doors and windows. Do not look outside your windows. Do not acknowledge any movement you may see outside." The message repeated 3 times. And then the TV went back to normal programming like nothing had happened. Most people assumed it was a hack, maybe teenagers messing with the broadcast system. Social media lit up immediately. Neighbors texted each other. "Did you see that? Was that real? Why can't we look outside?" That last question stuck with everyone. Why specifically mention the windows? In one house, near the edge of town, 17-year-old Marcus decided he wasn't going to sit around scared. He grabbed his phone and started recording. "Okay, so the TV just told us not to look outside," he whispered to the camera, which obviously means, "I'm gonna look." His mom yelled from the kitchen, telling him to stay away from the windows, but curiosity won. Marcus walked toward the living room curtains. The wind outside had died down completely. That was the first strange thing. A blizzard doesn't just stop in seconds. He pulled the curtain back. At first, all he saw was white, thick snow covering the yard. The streetlights flickered in the distance. Then he noticed something standing near the mailbox. Tall. Still. Humanoid. It looked like a person, but it was too pale, almost blending into the snow. And it wasn't wearing a coat. It wasn't moving. Marcus zoomed in with his phone camera. That's when he realized something worse. There were no footprints, not leading up to it, not around Italiano. Just untouched snow. The figure slowly tilted its head directly toward his house. Marcus gasped and stumbled back, dropping the curtain. His phone kept recording. From the audio, you hear him breathing hard. Then his mom asking what he saw. He says one sentence that investigators later replayed over and over. It smiled. The next morning, the storm continued like normal. Wind returned, snow kept falling, but 3 houses on Marcus's street were empty. No signs of forced entry, no broken windows, no blood. Just front doors slightly open, and inside each home, the curtains in the living rooms were pulled wide open. Police blamed the storm, said maybe people wandered out and froze. But search teams found nothing. No bodies, no tracks, nothing. 2 days later, a second emergency broadcast interrupted programming again. This time it was shorter. Failure to comply increases risk. Do not observe them. Observe who? The government denied issuing any such alerts. Local news stations in Anchorage claimed their systems showed no record of interruption, but hundreds of residents recorded it on their phones. Marcus uploaded his video before authorities asked him to take it down. For 6 seconds, right before he drops the curtain, the camera clearly captures the figure. Standing unnaturally straight, arms too long, head slightly tilted, and when enhanced, the face appears to be stretched into a wide, unnatural grin. The clip went viral, then it disappeared. Accounts that reposted it reported strange glitches, corrupted files, audio distortion that sounded like whispering under the wind. By the end of that week, 8 people in total were reported missing across town. Every single one lived in a house with large front-facing windows. Every single neighbor reported seeing curtains open during the storm. After that, the broadcasts stopped. The blizzard passed. Life slowly returned to normal, but something changed in that town. People installed heavier blinds, covered windows at night, and when storms rolled in now, you won't see anyone standing near the glass. Marcus refuses to talk publicly about what he saw, but one anonymous forum post, believed to be from him, appeared months later. It said, "They weren't trying to get inside. They were waiting for us to see them." Because once you notice them, they notice you back. So if you ever find yourself in a snowstorm and the wind suddenly stops, and your TV tells you not to look outside, will you be curious enough to check, or smart enough to keep the curtains closed?